Hi, welcome back to another junior number video. We're going to chat about comparing fractions. Right, to compare fractions, we must convert both fractions into an equivalent fraction with the same denominator. Remember, to convert a fraction to an equivalent fraction, all we need to do is multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. Then we can compare which fraction is larger or smaller, and we like to use the following symbols. We have a greater than sign and we have a less than sign. All right, here is example one. See if you can follow through. If you can get through example one, you've basically learned everything you need in this video. So let's go. Which fraction is larger? We have 2/5 or 3/8. Now, I've had students in the past try and attempt to draw a diagram in a test. Although I applaud them, it's not the best because they're not going to be able to draw a diagram accurately enough unless they have a proper computer or something that could actually do it well. Here would the diagram be 2/5 and 3/8, but I've used a computer to draw it very accurately, and it's not advisable in a test because you're not going to be able to do it well and be able to prove which is larger. So let's scrap that idea and talk about the better technique that you're expected to use. Let's take 2/5. Let's turn it into an equivalent fraction. To do that, we're going to times, we could divide, but we're going to times the top and the bottom by the same number. Now, what number? 8. Now, why the heck did I pick 8? Well, that happens to be the denominator of the other fraction. So, let's do it. 2 times 8 is 16, and 5 times 8 is 40. So I've taken 2/5 and turned it into an equivalent fraction, 16 over 40. Okay, let's move on to the second fraction, 3/8. We're going to do exactly the same. Well, not the exact same. We're going to do something similar. We're going to turn it into an equivalent fraction. So we're going to times the top and the bottom by something. What number are we going to do this time? 5. Now, what the heck why did we pick 5? Because it's the denominator of the other fraction. So we're going to go 3 times 5 is 15, 8 times 5 is 40, and we've turned 3/8 into an equivalent fraction of 15 over 40. Now, what have we done all this work for? The reason is we've now got equivalent fractions. We've turned 2/5 into 16/40ths and 3/8 into 15/40ths. They both have the same denominator. So now we could say which is bigger. Well, this guy's bigger. Just 16 over 40 is just bigger than 15 over 40. And so therefore, our fraction of 2/5 is the larger fraction. So we're going to write, see if you get this statement. Here we go. 2/5 is greater than 3/8, but not by much. You don't need to say that. All right, here's example 2. Just a little trick to learn to sometimes help speed things up. Which fraction is smaller? So we've got 3/5 or 7/10. Now I could do the same. I could take 3/5 and times everything by 10, which is the denominator of the other fraction, and I could take 7/10 and times everything by 5, which is the denominator of the other fraction. And if you do that, all good, no problem at all. You'll sort it out. You'll figure out which is smaller, and you'll get lots of ticks. Well, you'll get 1 tick or 2 ticks, whatever it's worth. I'm going to show you a little trick here that'll help you. Because I can see 5 on the first fraction, and if I double 5, it gives me 10 on the second fraction. So I can see that trick straight away. So what I'm going to do with the first fraction is just double it, times everything by 2. And straight away that takes me to 6/10. Now I don't need to do anything with the second fraction because it's already out of 10. So now I've got 6/10 and 7/10. I've figured out very quickly that the smaller fraction is the first fraction, the 3/5 is slightly smaller, and I've solved the question. Which fraction is smaller? 6/10, which is the 3/5. So I'm going to write down this statement. 3/5 is less than 7/10. Now remember, in assessments or tests, you must show working to prove these things. You can't just take a guess at which you think smaller or larger. All right, hey, thanks so much for watching.